It's hard to know what a place really looks like before you visit or move there. And there aren't many videos out there showing you what Norman looks like as you drive around. So today we're taking a drive down 12th Street in Norman from north to south so you can see what it looks like. My husband and I have lived here for over 15 years and we'll be sharing all of our thoughts on this part of town along the way. We're at the golf course now, which is in Norman. It's called Belmar. You can easily see it on a map. It also has homes all around it.
You can see them in the back.
Yeah. They're nice. I mean, there's levels definitely in there. I know there are some $1 million homes and there are some $500,000 homes and there are also townhomes. They aren't actually on 12th Street yet. Handsome, my husband's driving me around today.
This is the entrance right here.
Yeah. There's the entrance for Belmar. I'll periodically show you where we are on a map through the video so that way you kind of know. Right now we're at 12th and, well, 12th is Sooner. And then Indian Hills. I'm a realtor, I promise.
Those are good.
Yeah, there's some townhouses to our left for sure. Belmar is that neighborhood. So Belmar is the north edge of Norman. And also, I believe if you live in Belmar, then the school district is still more because it's north of Indian Hills, and Indian Hills is the boundary line for that. Okay, so to our right is an empty pasture that I'm pretty sure they're building a new community in. Home Creations is building a new community. Home Creations is the largest home builder in Oklahoma, and they do build actually in Texas and Houston as well. So now we're heading south on 12th Avenue. Northeast, it does change, of course, to southeast. And it does get a little bit confusing on that end, but there are worse. So the city keeps some stuff up here because there's still a lot of very empty pastures where Norman has not been developed, but this is definitely one of the directions that Norman is going. My mic wasn't connected. Now we're connected. Sorry, that first part didn't sound so good. So now we're coming up to Franklin and 12th, and this area drops down a little bit, so we are in a floodplain now, and we do come up out of it on the other side of Franklin. So there's a hay pasture on my right, and it does flood, and then on my left is going to be like an older farmhouse. It's been there for quite some time. You can see the power lines on our right. And then we're starting to get into some houses here for Norman. So this neighborhood on our right is called Little River. I think that's the whole name of it. And then there's another neighborhood next to it, and this is called Red Canyon Ranch. And it's an Ideal Homes neighborhood. They're still building some brand new houses in there. They're on, I think, their last or second to last section. We have sold quite a few homes in this area. It's cool because they have like walking trails. They also have a splash pad.
Beautiful homes.
They are really pretty. They start at, what do they start at? Probably $450-ish. Sorry, I don't have that one memorized. You may have to check me on that one. So the intersection we're coming up to now is Tecumseh and 12th. And yes, that is how you say it. There is also a town called Tecumseh. He was like an Indian chief. I forget which tribe. So, but that's where that name comes from. So now we'll really get into some residential areas. So on our left up here is an older neighborhood, and it is also an Ideal Homes neighborhood. I don't know when they finished it up, but I feel like it was like 2010 maybe. They also have their own walking trail. The houses are still cute, and it's cool because they're on like a little hill, and from a lot of the houses you can actually see Devon Tower in Oklahoma City in that neighborhood. So it's behind us because it's to the north, but it's called, what what is this neighborhood called? Park
Park
Hill.
Hill.
I wanted to say Park Place, but that's a totally different area. And
It's a Monopoly place.
it's Monopoly?
Park Place.
Oh.
I think so.
I don't think I've really played Monopoly before. So if you see these like large towers with sort of a black round thing on it, that is a tornado siren. And they are spread everywhere throughout Norman so that people can be safe. So we have a couple of neighborhoods that we're rolling through right here on our right and our left. These are nice because you do have easy access to stuff like Tinker Air Force Base. You can get to the interstate really easily. So like Deerfield's on our left. On our right is like one of the only liquor stores on this side of town. And like a dental place and things like that. It's just like a tiny strip mall. Nothing too crazy right there. So this intersection is Rock Creek and 12th Avenue Northeast. So coming up on our right is one of my favorite spots in Norman. It's called Sutton. Well, I think the whole name is like Sutton Wilderness Trail or something like that. But it's like a park, but it's a wooded trail, one of the only wooded trails in all of Norman. So I walk in there a lot. And then we have another neighborhood over here on our left. These homes are typically like 1,500 square feet.
90s.
Yeah, they're 90s style homes. So this is called Park Place, as Hanson mentioned. And then up here on our right is going to be Griffin. And it's like soccer fields and stuff. There's also the largest dog park in Norman up here on our right. And yes, I am missing several neighborhoods as we go through here. Oh, that's the rec center. What do you call that? 12th Avenue Rec Center. Pickleball. If you guys play pickleball, that's one of the spots. They play indoors in that one?
Indoors and outdoors.
Indoors and outdoors. Nice. So this is High Meadows Drive. This is not a major intersection. This just goes into like the Griffin Park area. So this intersection we're crossing right now is Robinson and 12th. Robinson is one of the major streets in Norman, and it is the only street that has an underpass for the railroad tracks. So that is where the ambulances go a lot, because you cannot get stopped by a train right there because you go underneath it. So on our left is going to be one of the Walmarts here in Norman, and there are a bunch of shops and stuff in front of it, including a gym. There's an IHOP over here, which I always forget about. And then some other things like Beanstalk. Beanstalk is one of our local coffee companies or snow cone companies. They started off as snow cones, and now they also sell coffee, which makes sense. So this Walmart is a super Walmart. We have 3 super Walmarts in Norman. I know it sounds like a lot, but remember, the closer you are to Arkansas, the more you're going to have. On our right is kind of like a state-owned or city-owned complex, and some of it is still empty, so they haven't built all of that up. And then right now at this intersection, we're crossing Main Street. So if I went right on this street, I would hit downtown. So Main Street and Gray Street, that's downtown. And I have videos all about that, and you can watch those right up here at the top if you want to. This is a smaller intersection. It's not a major intersection at all. And then to our right now is the health department for Cleveland County. So Norman is the seat of Cleveland County, so we have like the courthouse and everything. And that, of course, is going to be downtown. So we're kind of in traffic right now. This would be because school is letting out or just let out, because it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. So this is traffic-y Norman. This is what it looks like.
Plus, there's a home game tomorrow.
There is, yes, a home game tomorrow. Who are they playing?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Gamecocks.
Gamecocks. Fascinating.
That would be a rooster.
I know. Homeland's on our left. It's not a local grocery store. It used to be Albertsons, so it's kind of, if you know what that is. And then we also have some other restaurants over here like Del Taco and Chick-fil-A. This used to be way less crowded than what it currently is. So the intersection we're crossing right now is Alameda. And Alameda does not go all the way through Norman. but it does go all the way out to Lake Thunderbird, which is Norman's Lake. So it's like another 20-25 minute drive to get all the way out there. So right here we've got some more shopping, like the Goodwill and like Dollar Tree, things like that, because we're coming up to the east end of the University of Oklahoma campus. Like, we won't actually see it on this side, but if we turn down Boyd Street, which is the next kind of major intersection that we are coming to, then we would hit the University of Oklahoma. And it wouldn't be very far at all before you would get there. On our right is, I can't remember what this area is. Oh, this area is called Bel Air. So I really like these houses in here, and one of the reasons is because it's super treed and it also has like nice walking trails, and you can get to OU really easily. They are older homes, some of them much older, and then some are like built in the 60s and 70s. So whenever I say much older, I mean like 50s. So this is the Boyd Street intersection.
Dana?
Is it Dana? No, it's not Dana. He's too short. We're seeing if we... Norman's a small town. So, like, even though we have a population of almost 130,000 people, it's really common for us to go out and see quite a few people that we know. So that's what we were just talking about. Oh, there was a crash on the street. So that sucks. So on our left here is Beaumont Street. So there's a lot of smaller homes in there. So 3-bed, 1-bath type of homes. A lot of them are rentals. Some of them are Airbnb, etc. And then some apartments are going to be coming up here on our right and our left, along with some like multi-family housing, things like that. These are some like older 50s style homes on our right, and I'm guessing faculty used to live in them because it's called faculty. That's my guess. I don't actually know, but that's what makes sense to me. This intersection is Lindsey. So turning right, you would go straight to the dorms. So the south side, or the south-ish side of the academic area of OU, along with like the football stadium, things like that. And then we have condos on our right, along with restaurants underneath. This is like one of the only places in Norman you're going to have condos and then businesses or restaurants underneath of them. It's not something we do here. And then we have some 90s style houses in a neighborhood on our left. I actually used to live in that neighborhood for a little while. A lot of these homes in here will be the 90s style. That's pretty common. And then we'll also be coming up to our Walmart, another one on our left as well.
It's a neighborhood market.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood market. So it's not a superstore or a super center, whatever it's called. This intersection is Classen, and then there's some apartments back behind that Walmart. You can see this like little bit of traffic that we've hit here. Oops. And then a 7-Eleven on our right. And then even more apartments on our left, and students live in those apartments. Then this intersection is Constitution. You have more like strip mall type things, restaurants, like Wingstop and Qdoba, nail salons, things like that. So what we're coming up to now is Highway 9. So Highway 9 goes in the south of Norman and kind of splits up regular Norman from South Norman. So now everything is going to get a little bit more sparse because we've gone through Norman, and some of this is empty down here. So we're seeing a lot of development down this direction. Like this corner used to be completely empty that we're driving up to. Now we have a Whataburger.
It's our second Whataburger.
We also have 2 Chick-fil-A's. And then a huge On-Q, which is a normal gas station. I was going to say Quick Trip, but I'm from Tulsa. We always call them Quick Trips. And then this is Highway 9. So we're crossing under Highway 9. And more of the development is going on down here. So Starbucks, Panda Express, we have an Aldi's down here. It's our second Aldi's. and then we're going to cross into some housing as well. So on our left is another neighborhood of 90s style homes. And then on our right, if we were to turn right, which we are not, because I have another video about Cedar Lane, you can go and watch that. Cedar Lane is a newer neighborhood. There are going to be brand new builds in that neighborhood. And I do show a lot of homes in there. It also is directly next to a train track. And please know that in Norman, we don't have train horns. So the trains don't blow their horns. We have like different barriers set up so that you can't accidentally hit a train or the train hit you. And then on our left is Walmart. It is a super center. So if we kept driving, we would hit Noble. So now if we kept driving, we would just go straight into Noble. I do have a lot of videos about different Norman neighborhoods, and you can watch that playlist here. And I hope that you do that. So I will see you next time.